Hello and welcome to another quarterly report. This time it is Kollect on Demand that are closing their books on yet another quarter. With me I have John O'Connor, CEO. Welcome.
Thank you for having me on today.
So we see continued growth in revenue, and this quarter you reported 16.9 million kroner compared to last year's second quarter of 12.1. Are you satisfied with these numbers? Are they in line with your expectations?
Yeah, they are in line with our expectations. Since we listed in Q4 2019, we've consistently grown revenue quarter and quarter, and this quarter was no different. We grew revenue 39% in Q2 compared to Q2 2020. And if you look at the currency differences, it was actually 49% because our currency is in euro and British pound. So yeah, we're really happy with that, and we're also happy with the growth in recurring high margin revenue. So our recurring revenue grew by 73% in Q2 2021 compared to Q2 2020. So we're particularly pleased with those results, and especially against the backdrop of COVID-19 and all the restrictions.
The recurring revenue is increasing despite COVID-19, but I also wanted to ask, because I saw in the report that it could be the case that the investments that you've made towards driving customers to your platform organically has also surpassed your expectations. What signs are pointing towards this trend? How can this conclusion be drawn?
Yeah, so our customer acquisition strategy is obviously online advertising and search engine optimization. So in most industries, this is a very competitive space, but the waste industry is pretty traditional. So over the last number of years, we've invested in search, which means that when someone puts in a key waste term into Google, we pop up first now organically in those cities, in those areas where we operate. So this has allowed us to drive down the customer acquisition costs, and has allowed us to maximize our gross and our net margins when we're acquiring customers. That real estate is it's very important, and it's critical that when people put in these terms that we pop up first. And as I said, the waste industry is traditional, and by our estimation, only 1% of waste activities are booked online, where all other industries are 15 to 20%, and that's grown. So there's a massive opportunity as the online waste company to grow that 1% up to the other industry standards of 15 or 20%. So a big part of that is our focus on search engine optimization.
And these results from these investments, does that mean that the app that you've launched previously this year has seen growth in its usage?
Yeah, so we launched our commercial app in Q1 2020, and we now have a number of customers using it. So we'll keep growing our commercial customer base, which is, commercial customers are like building companies or hotel groups, and they're high margin and frequent customers, recurring revenue. So we'll use the app, which provides them with, really insightful reporting, key account management, centralized billing. And as we grow in the commercial space and over the next number of years, we'll add more features to this app, which will add value to our customers. Our commercial customers, they're very pleased with us, and it's leading to massive efficiencies for their companies.
Indeed, it will be very interesting to see how the app develops in the future. But I also wanted to talk about Big Bin, because the order has come in now for the 10 big bins that you talked about last quarter. And you aim to deliver these big bins during the second half of this year. But I'm curious to know, after these big bins have been delivered, what's next for the service? Is there any plans that you can share with us?
Yeah, so the Big Bin is a waste drop-off business, and the technology of the big bins and the bins themselves are unique to our business model. We're already operating on a number of sites throughout Ireland, and it's a high margin business, and it's recurring revenue. So we've identified a number of sites which to scale the business. We have a deal done with Circle K, and we've extended that to use their sites, petrol forecourts, and there's hundreds of those throughout Ireland. And we also have a pipeline of independent operators where we can scale. The big bin business grew 50% Q2 2021 compared to Q2 2020. So it's really a central part of our business. And, we're really planning on scaling this and capitalizing on the opportunity that's in front of us.
And speaking of opportunities, I wanted to lastly talk to you about the warrant program that is reaching its end by this month. Just yesterday, you published a letter regarding the matter. And is there anything here that you can tell curious investors? How will this affect Kollect in the long run?
Yeah, so the subscription period for the warrants opened yesterday, which was Thursday, the 9th of August, and it will close Friday week, the 20th of August. All investors who have shares in Kollect prior to September 2020 received, for every 2 shares, they received 1 warrant, and also warrants can be bought. The proceeds of the warrants, which can be up to 30 million SEK, will be used really to help us execute on our strategy for 2021 and 2022. This strategy is underpinned by 4 pillars, which is, keep continuing on the growth trajectory that we're on. So we've grown on average 60% year on year. Capitalize on the online opportunity. So increase conversions when customers come onto our websites. Also we build tech. So tech really underpins all areas of business. I spoke about previously our, commercial app and the tech in the big bin, and our laser focus on, more efficiencies within the business on the IT systems and the back end. So we'll have a big focus on tech, and also driving other efficiencies in the business, which is costs. I suppose the main outputs that you could see with regards our focus on our IT and on tech has been the reduction in our losses as a percentage of revenue. So, in Q1, they were at 22%, but in Q2, last quarter, our losses as a percentage of revenue had reduced from 22% to 11%. And that's mainly as a result of our focus on, building better tech and building better back-end systems. So, really, this raise from the warrants will be used to execute on our strategy.
Very exciting. Thank you very much, John, and I wish both you and Kollect continued luck in the future.
Thank you, and thanks for having me on today.